Hey, I'm David, and I've been a developer for about 4 years already. So this is not my first time shipping a Logos. I've participated in a hackathon back in 2025 in May in Switzerland, where I also won a prize. So yeah, this is my submission for the LP-0002, the private M-of-N Multisig. So basically, it's a multisig where a group of people can prove that enough members have approved something and release funds without revealing which members approved. In a normal multisig, you always see which members are approving, and in this kind of multisig, you're just getting the counts and you're not getting the names or something like that, basically. So yeah, I built two things here: a program agnostic core library that does the membership and anonymous vote crypto, so any LEZ program can reuse it basically, and a reference Basecamp app on top of it. And yeah, one more thing. I want to be honest on one thing. So the members list is public. So basically, it's anonymity in a set of group. So you always know that these are the people who are going to be participating in. You just don't know which members are going to approve, but you know the people. So yeah, that's about it for the intro. Now we can get into the architecture. Okay, now let's get into the whole architecture itself. I'll go from top and go through the bottom. So on top we have the members. So all the members have to enroll with their own public leaf. This public leaf is basically a hash of their whole secret. The secret is not just a throwaway key, it's basically a shielded account key, which is basically their NSK. Which means that if you want to participate in this whole thing, you definitely need to have a shielded account. These public leaves are being pushed into a Merkle tree, and it basically creates a new member root. And if you want to create and then when you create a proposal, the root is being frozen into it, and the approval count starts from 0. And when you're approving, doing the approval, you have to generate a zero knowledge proof that a zero knowledge proof, which is going to be a risk zero start proof, basically proving that your leaf actually lives inside the member roots. And you also have to drop in a nullifier. The nullifier basically rejects double voting, which is good, and the approval count is going to be bumped once you approve it. And how this approve happens is from here. We are generating zero knowledge proof from the NSK, the member secret basically, which is basically a private witness. This whole thing stays on the client side, and it just goes into proving the zero knowledge proof. It doesn't go on chain basically. So yeah, when the threshold reaches M, the execution fires. So only a program can transfer an account's balance. So we are chaining a transfer to an authenticated transfer, which then releases the funds from treasury to the recipient funds, which releases the funds from treasury to the recipient basically. So yeah, honest notes here. These are the things that are public, and these are the things that are private here. So the member leaves and member root is public. The approval count and the nullifiers are public. And on the private side, we have the who voted for what. We never know. It's private. The link between the member and the vote is also private, and the NSK as well is private. It always stays on the machine. It never touches the chain. So yeah, so basically this is the architecture. Okay, now let's get into the end-to-end test of this whole thing. So for this demo, I'm gonna do it from a terminal on this part, and I'm gonna do risks dev mode equals 0 just to make sure that we're gonna uh, generate some actual start proofs and not just fake proofs or something like that. So yeah, now I'm gonna run the script. Okay, before I start, so what this script is gonna do is that first it's gonna deploy a multisig program with a local sequencer, then enroll 3 members with shielded accounts, and create a proposal that needs 2 approvals basically. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, build starts. So as I know, as I've tried a couple of times, The start proof usually takes around 3 minutes, so I have only 4 minutes left on my loom, so I'm just gonna pause this whole thing and come back once it's finished. Okay, so it just finished the whole thing basically. Now let's go up and go through the whole thing. So in 6a we can see the deployment. We have the end roles of the leaves, leaf 1, leaf 0, leaf 1, leaf 2. This means that 3 members are enrolled. We also registered the program here, and all these leaves went to the roots basically here. Then we have the approval here, which is basically the member 0 approves, the member 0 approves, and while approving we have risk dev mode 0 equals 0, and it needed about 175 seconds to prove it, so it's basically a real start proof. Same with the 6C, where we also met a threshold here because we needed 2 to meet the threshold here. So yeah, this member also approved, and this one is also 175 seconds, so it's also a real start proof. And then we have the 6F and 7, which is basically executing executing the treasury. As we can see that the threshold was 2, and it had to drain the treasury here, for example. And then we can see that we have the approval count of 2, which was expected. Then we have the balance of the treasury here, which is 0 after the draining, and this was the recipient address, and they have the balance of 500 now. So yeah, that's basically it for this end-to-end test. Now I'm gonna do the next test end-to-end on a real GUI basically. Okay, now we're gonna do a real anonymous vote on a GUI. Just to make sure, I'm just gonna do this just to prove that I'm actually running it on a Basecamp module. So we can see that the type is UIQML, we have the author, category, and the view and everything basically. So yeah, now I'm gonna go to the GUI. So this is my secret that I have here, and I'm gonna derive a leaf from it. We can see that this is my public leaf. This is the hash of my secret actually, and now I'm gonna call an anonymous vote on it. Yeah, just call it. This will also take about 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna stop my recording right here. Yep, we're just generating a CK proof. Should take me about 150 seconds to 3 minutes, I think. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and this is our transaction. It just finished basically. So we can see that the approval count went up from 0 to 1, and we can also see that the approvals is already 1 out of 2. Okay, just to prove that this is not just local only, I'm gonna run this command and basically read off the whole thing from on chain. As we can see, we have approval count here is 2 and 2. We have the treasury balance 0 to 0, and we have the recipient balance 20 of 20. All of this is recorded in the repo. So yeah, that's about it, and yeah, everything is linked in the description, the repo, the program ID, and the transaction hashes and the nodes basically. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.